Beginner's Guide to Unity back in the day. I'm gonna pass this one to D man because he started on Unity before me.
Beginner's Guide. Unity is a sound from northeast London, which the selector or the owner of the sound was named Robert Ribbs. He started the sound breaking away from Fatman Hi-Fi and started Unity Sound, which was mainly based in Tottenham with a lot of people in the sound from Tottenham. But eventually it went moved more over to Hackney, where it had a more Hackney influence, and we kind of based ourselves there. It was the best sound in England at one time during the 80s, and it had very good MCs, DJs, very good selector, good sound quality. It was a community sound. It was for the people. It was an entertaining sound that can kill as well, and just one of the greatest songs England ever produced.
Um, the vibes from the 80s, the sound system days, that is influencing music nowadays. In the rave culture, I would say MCs chatting on microphone over rhythms. Rhythms getting pull up, maybe a couple versions of the same rhythm as well. Just the vibes. And with the music, I think a lot of the music had the reggae influence. A lot of people started using reggae music into acid music, into breaks music, into garage music, into jungle music, into DMB. So yeah, it's had an influence over everything that's modern and coming up from now, even now.
It's very important because it's where I come from. I've got to keep my identity. I've still got to let people know that I'm from that era, but keeping it current at the same time. So it's very important for me and Flinty Badman to, every now and again incorporate some of the old 80s style in our lyrics of now. You know what I mean? Because that was a very important part of my career. It was the beginning. It's what made a name for me, for the likes of Shut Up and Dance to come and look for me and turn us into what we are today, which is the Ragga Twins. So I think it's a very, very important part of what's going on now.
The transition from reggae dancehall to the hardcore raves, it wasn't difficult, and it was kind of easy because we knew what we had to do. We knew what the people wanted. We knew we had the talent, and we also at that time had already made a few tunes with Shut Up and Dance, and people had already known the tunes. So the tunes were doing well in the charts, and a lot of the DJs were playing them. So yeah, it wasn't really a hard transition, and a few of our friends was already over in them type of raves, so they was already letting people who didn't know us get to know us.
When Jungle first exploded onto the scene, because when we come in it was Acid House. That's what it was called when we started. Yeah, Acid. And then when Jungle exploded on the scene, you saw a different crowd. It was when I first went to a rave as Acid, it was mainly white people, and when Jungle came in, a more black crowd came in, and the explosion was supersonic because I was seeing people that I left 2-3 years prior in the hardcore ragamuffin dance. They were brocking out to Jungle. So I think for British music, British urban music, it was a massive explosion. Everybody got on board. It was a big thing, and I think if it wasn't for Jungle, I don't think drum and bass would be as popular as it is now.
What keeps us moving forward is that when the music changed, we've already changed before it's changed. We're already a step ahead of what's coming next, and so we keep ourselves fresh like that, and fresh lyrics, and just a fresh vibe, and just keeping the vibe alive, and just being one step ahead of what's coming next.
There's no comparison. The 90s was jungle. Today it's bring it back, and it's a revival thing. It's still a jungle scene, but it started way back in the 90s, and you can never ever replicate that to the fullest. You have nice dances nowadays, nice jungle raves. You hear the old tunes come back again, and but 100% of that crowd ain't in the rave. You got 50%, and then you got the 50% of the new jungle, or the people that just want to see what it was like. So I don't want to be disrespectful to anybody doing jungle raves nowadays, but back in the 90s, Linford Studios, SW1, Astoria, Camden Palais, all them places back in the day when jungle was jungle, you know what I mean? Could never beat it. But it's still there, we're keeping the jungle alive, trust me.
For anybody who's never seen the Ragga Twins or heard the Ragga Twins, our vibes is it's electrifying, it's a lot of energy, it's ragamuffin, as you know in the name. It's everything. It's freestyle, it's written lyrics, it's everything. What you say, D-Man?
Ragga Twins is a mixture of all kind of genres of music, starting with reggae, jungle, hip-hop, everything mixed up in a one, you know what I mean? We've got different styles, different flavours for all ravers. We've got lyrics for the girls, lyrics for the bad man them. So, if you've never heard Ragga Twins, or you never heard of Ragga Twins, we are an act that, keep it explosive and keep it current, like a bon. Well, can I expect the original Unity DJ of D-Man Rockers and Flinty Rankin, later on to be known as Flinty Badman, yeah. But yeah, you can get all that old style where we would draw a vocal tune, play another version, and then draw the instrumental, and flash lyrics, mic hand to hand, crowd going wild, and Harlem pull up and all kind of things. Because when it comes to the 80s, we was it for reggae music, for ragamuffin.
Right now we've got a single out called Trippin' and Bunnin', Fat Controller mix with a video. We've got a song out with Skrillex called Ragga Bomb. We've got an album in the making, but it's a few singles first before that, and just a few singles, a few jungle singles out there, some trap stuff that are releasing, and we've got a tune with Rico Tubbs